Is homemade curry paste really worth it? Or can a store-bought version deliver the same results? Stay tuned, let's find out. Once you've separated all the ingredients and have the full list of them, the rest is easy. All of these ingredients you would find in your Asian supermarket. If you don't have fresh lemongrass, you can always use the frozen version, and that goes for the kaffir lime leaves as well. We have salt and white peppercorns, and we're going to begin by toasting the coriander and cumin seeds. So this is the store-bought version. Homemade gives you maximum freshness and control, while store-bought offers speed and convenience. Both have a place in the kitchen depending on your goals. Keep in mind that store-bought curry pastes tend to be salt forward because that's one of the main preservatives. The longer it sits on the shelf, it tends to lose color and freshness over time. Homemade curry paste, of course, will be flavor forward if you make it fresh, bright color and aroma. And with the rising costs of groceries these days, store-bought might be an option. So toasting doesn't take very long. Just a hot pan, put your ingredients in there, and it will take 30 seconds, or relevant to the heat of your pan. When you smell that aroma of the spice, that's a sign that it's toasting and it's almost time to take it off. Shake it gently and remove it from the heat. Remember not to burn it. This will make everything better and waste your time. It smells very aromatic in here, and there are light whispers of smoke. You can't see that on the camera. Okay, using a mortar and pestle is more of the traditional way of doing this, but I think in most Asian kitchens this is an essential tool. You can use a grinder or a blender as well. I start with the dry spices first because they're the hardest to break down. Once they are finely ground, they help break up the fresh herbs and aromatics, giving a smoother curry paste. The garlic and shallots next. Some effort. Release the aroma and work up an appetite for what's coming. The paste is beginning to take shape. Add the lemongrass and the coriander stems, or coriander roots is way better. They never sell it here with the roots on. They throw away the best part. Now we add the green chilli, the ginger or galangal, and the shrimp paste. Perhaps there's someone out there who's wondering if you can leave out the shrimp paste. I'm just adding a little more kaffir lime leaf. The answer is yes. The fresh herbs and aromatics still create a vibrant, flavorful curry paste, and it keeps the recipe suitable for people with allergies and preferences. And when you make the actual green curry, if you want a vegetarian version, you could use soy sauce, mushroom seasoning, fermented soybean paste to add more flavor. The curry paste is ready to use. However, if you want it to last for several months in the freezer, then all you have to do is fry it. In the next video, we'll take this curry paste and turn it into a restaurant style Thai green curry. Coconut milk, Thai eggplant, and fresh herbs. Make sure you subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss it. Thanks for watching.